Well, I have to say they did, but not to the same extent.
Yeah.
Not to the same extent.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just like they did it sometimes, but I mean, they couldn't run around like they used to, and
Right.
they could only like look around, and they could play some games, but you can also keep an eye on them. In the bigger store, there's little hiding spots that they can hide behind, try to steal stuff, and just like you can't really keep track of it all. I mean, yeah, you can have cameras, but what are you gonna do? Catch them the next day? Doesn't mean they're coming back with it. So, I mean, yeah, it's nice to have a bigger store, but it's hard to keep track of it.
What would you say is the if you had to, if you were all knowing, what would you think as a customer is the reason why the store didn't succeed and why it's closing today?
Well, I think some of the newer people that the owner hired just didn't really care much. They didn't pay attention. I mean, they had a really good staff at first, but some of them decided to move somewhere else. And he had to hire younger, newer people. I mean, you need somebody that's actually been there for the store and actually cares for the place, not some new guy that came in. He's like, hey, I'm just here for money, Or they'll have people come in, they won't pay attention as much. And I mean, they just don't care. You have to have people that care. It's like people that understand the game, yeah, that's true, but they also have to care.
So care not only about the game itself, but also about the customer.
Yeah,
You feel
you have
because
to-
you were talking earlier about how you came in and Atomic greeted you, but I'm assuming that wasn't every single person here. I mean,
No.
You've been here for 11 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've gone through people who greet you and give you free candy bars, and people who look at you like you're trying to steal something.
Yeah. It's just like I noticed a lot of times when some new guys that work here, they're like always staring at me weird. Just like, dude, I don't thank you. I've been here for a while. You don't scare me. So just like I'd sit down and do my own thing, and then the new or older guy that work here would come in and be like, oh, he's no problem, leave him alone, kind of thing. Just tell them, then they get used to it and see me more often. I'm just like, yeah. And I mean, sure, you just have to find certain few people that are willing to stay there to help work out the store, and it's gonna work awesome. That's all I can say is really just find people that care about the customers, the store, and this product you're selling. So it's like if you don't have that, it's gonna be a really tough thing that you're gonna be able to sell.
Now, I know your most current addiction is World of Warcraft. How long have you been playing that game?
Since the game came out. So it's been like, I think, 5 or 6 years now.
5 or 6, yeah. 5 or 6 years.
So yeah, I mean, at first I didn't even think about it. I was like, man, World of Warcraft, let's play that game. And then my buddy's like, dude, you gotta try it. I'm like, so I tried it, and all of a sudden I'm like, wow, this is really awesome. I was hooked on Diablo 2 at the time. I was just like, man, get Diablo 2, I'm playing it.
Well, what's interesting about World of Warcraft, and this is something that I've ran into when I've talked to different people about it. Atomic Video Games rents time on their computers. And not only do you have to rent time on the computer, you then have to pay a monthly fee to play World of Warcraft outside of Atomic completely.
Yeah.
So basically, you're technically each month, if you're going to play just 1 hour a month, you're looking at $19 you have to spend. And I know you play more than 1 hour a month. So was that any consistent, like, why don't you have your own computer? Why don't you do it from home? And why come to Atomic to pay that extra $4?
Like I said, you can play at home. I have a computer at home, but it's just not the same. It isn't. I mean, you're sitting there and